Thanks for joining. I'm Chris DeBoule from Esperlux, and we are at URWERK in Geneva for Watches and Wonders 2023. Joining me is Martin Fry, and we've got a really super cool release that at the time of this filming has not been out yet, but when this goes live, you guys are gonna see it. The UR-100 Magic T.
Exactly.
Looks very similar to the full titanium jacket.
True.
Which was released about maybe a year and a half ago and was one of my favorite UR-100s. I actually almost bought one twice and then I ended up
That's why we topped it now with this one.
and now I am completely smitten by this watch. It is so hard to explain too, right? So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what makes the Magic T.
Of course, looking at the full titanium jacket, we looked for a way to make it even cooler and enhance the finish. So what we did here, we actually did a glass pearled finish. You know, it's a bit more shiny, a metallic look. We have a slightly different colors with the hands. This yellow color, if you have a tiny little element of color and you have a plain metal case like this, then the color actually enlightens the whole piece. That's what's happening here. And we have also redone a bit the minute scale. Maybe you don't see that right away, but if you compare it with the previous model, the angle here of the mini tree, you see that's now a better reading. But now inside here we have a bit more space for the digits.
Sure.
So it's easier to read, and yeah, so we update it every now and then, when we see it necessary.
To describe in person, I think you have to really see it, in the metal, because you have this matte finish, but then you still get this sheen on it. So it's not like stainless steel, but it's not like an untreated natural titanium.
Titanium is an incredible material. It's of course light, that is helpful, but it's also its color. It has this the special gray color that it has. And depending on how you treat it, how the finish is done, the metal actually reveals itself. And here, with this glass pearled finish, it has like a beautiful shine to it. And it is a metallic look, The gray one was kind of like a gunmetal gray, or like almost a bit hidden, qualities. But here it's in its full beauty and a bit magical, I have to say. There's a magical sheen to it,
And nothing changes in terms of the movement. We still have the automatic Vinfinger, winding rotor with the rotor within a rotor, so to speak, as well as the display of time and the two cool little windows for those that don't know about the UR-100's two additional windows and philosophical play on relativity of time and space and where we are. Can you just give us a little bit of a brief little intro just on that?
Yeah, I mean, of course, if you look at the watch, you see these two lateral indications. What we can do, because we have the hand here indicating time only in a segment, we can actually then use the hand when it disappears, right after it disappeared, transform it magically into a hand that displays or indicates a different thing. And that different thing is an aspect of time that, of course, since Einstein, we know is tightly linked. Space-time, that's also the name of the watch, So we have here the possibility to simply and easily somehow let you travel in your mind, to the equator, or even to outer space, looking back onto our globe.
In that 20-minute window.
Exactly. So the first, opening here, the first indication here actually indicates our distance traveled in these 20 minutes around the center of our Earth. And then on the other side, the other lateral indication shows our motion around the sun. So these two first motions of ourselves, being on our planet, are indicated there. So this is actually fascinating how quickly you can do this trip in your mind.
One of the coolest things I like about URWERK is that, while it is avant-garde design, what is very contemporary, using materials that are also contemporary, almost every single watch or every collection is rooted in some historical watchmaking value, right?
Yeah.
And in this case, it's the Sandoz clock. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Which never displayed the time.
Yeah, that's an extreme story.
Distance.
Imagine Felix's father is an antique clock restorer. That's also where Felix has seen all the crazy concepts, with the clocks. And so his father at some point stumbles into a store, an antique store, and he sees this clock. It's a beautiful, simple clock. And he reads, of course, the name Sandoz. The third watchmaker of the French king. He had Berthoud, Breguet, and then you had Sandoz. So he looks at it and he can't figure it out, And I think before he understood what it is, he already, asked to buy it. So he bought the clock. And he found out that it actually doesn't depict time. It actually depicts the time travel. Well, it looks like a second hand. Every jump that hand does is actually 500 meters,
500 meters
traveled. And that's amazing to see. And it took a moment for Felix's father to understand, you know, that we are traveling here with this clock, you know. So,
awesome.
But it's amazing that we have, because we have space free, when the hand is not busy indicating time anymore, because it's somehow here being stored away, it can actually do a different job, you know, take on a different job and tell us, you know, about this trip that you're on.
Super cool.
That's every day.
Well, there you have it, the UR-100V Magic T in titanium. I've got my eye on it. Hopefully you guys probably will too.
It's limited.
It's all, yeah, limited production.
Limited production.
Limited production. For URWERK, everything is limited production, and they're making less than 200 watches a year. But great to see you.
Great seeing you.
Thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all upcoming new videos. Thanks again for joining. Take care.